So we will open with Thomas Wrana, who is the senior manager at Accenture and currently consults on marketing, sales, and services relating to digital strategies and implementations. He has over 15 years of experience working in the industrial equipment space and is going to share his experience on how you can overcome the challenges of selling configured products by working faster and improving customer experience. Thomas, happy to have you here. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Ralph. And yeah, let's directly go into the topic. I'm really super thrilled and super happy that I can present really two things here. One is our latest findings. So we recently conducted a study which perfectly fits into the topic why CPQ is so important, why CPQ is an enabler. And the other one is I would like to share a bit out of the experience from many projects. What are success factors and what are really tangible benefits? And let's directly start with the new reality. I mean, COVID is like omnipresent for all of us, and it changed a lot in the way we do business. Bo mentioned it. He would just like to see real persons again, and I think that's a wish a lot of people do have. So I would like to share some of the research we did and which was published or will be published just in this days. So it's really hot out of the press. Accenture did a research worldwide with 500 companies in the manufacturing space, and the results on this page at least are not so surprising, but the bigger surprise will come. One figure is 90% of all the B2B buyers, they see clear benefits of using digitization, sales tools, and they are also willing to invest. So that's the good news. And even more, 93% prefer digital channels when they already know what to buy. So this is the good news. What I found very interesting is what you can see on the right-hand side is that not only the way products are sold will change, but also where they are sold. And that's very good news, I would say, for all the manufacturers, because our research shows that the sales channel mix will change in the next years towards own online stores of the own shops, while distributor network will decrease. And that's, I think, quite an interesting fact. Good to know it gets even more interesting when I think about when this change will happen. So when the sales transformation, digital transformation will start. And honestly, I couldn't believe that figures when I saw that only a really small portion of the companies say, well, yeah, this digital transformation makes sense. We do want to transform. And when I talk transformation, this is not only like giving the people an iPad, but this is really the entire process. And I will show you later how this ideal process could look like and where CPQ just plays a crucial role in there. I was really surprised that only 7% of the companies we asked said, well, yeah, we need to transform in the next 1 to 2 years. The vast majority said, well, this digital transformation can wait another 5 years. And I was like, I cannot believe it. But on the other hand, there is a good news for all the companies saying, okay, let's kick off this digital transformation right now. Let's start it right away, because from my point of view, it has been never so easy to outperform the competition by just being fast. So that's definitely the good news. What are the relevant capabilities we detected? So there are mainly 5 capabilities, and I would even say 4 perhaps even 5 of them are directly related also to CPQ. So it will change from sequential customer touch point to really an end-to-end view. That is one capability. The next one is not being reactive, but being proactive. Work with customized recommendation, and that's just, I would say, the heart of CPQ. Then the other one, the other capability is more backward-looking history in a forward-looking, data-driven customer insight way. This is something which happens in other industries already. I would say manufacturing, in some points, there is a bit a laggard. Another capability is the entire topic around automation, standardization of sales processes. And I need to admit, I learned in some of the processes that standardization is not a real good term, because many companies feel like standardizing things is making them worse, and this does not fit to specific needs. In our point of view, standardization is really about harmonizing processes and partly automating it. And in the end, and that's where it all comes together, is a collaboratively operating front office. So this is where all the customer interaction shall happen. Funny enough is, if you ask companies, so you understand now the capabilities, you understand the pressure, which is even higher due to COVID, but why do you move right away? The answer is quite easy. It's like, well, we miss internal capabilities. So that's the top answer why digital transformation is not taken that serious, and in my point of view, is even being delayed. As I said, for me, CPQ is really at the heart of digital transformation. And this is not because I'm speaking for Tacton here now, but this is really how I believe this works. CPQ is just the enabler of bringing the right products, configurations, combination of features, software, services together, and just enables the selling into the new. And it's for me also not an isolated topic, but CPQ must be treated as an integrated part of any front office transformation. That's for sure. I talked a bit about the ideal customer journey, and another reason why this ideal customer journey does not yet happen is not only internal capabilities when it comes to implementing new solutions, it's also missing internal capabilities when it comes to, at the front of the sales purchasing funnel, internal capabilities in terms of digital marketing. This is, from my point of view, a very weak point for all the or not all, but many of the manufacturing companies. And another really big roadblock is the topic of siloed departments. So if you look at the customer journey from end to end, you have departments like digital marketing, you have R&D, product management, service, after service, field service, and they are still a bit disconnected. And that is just reflected in the way how customers are treated at the moment. In future, this should really feel like an end-to-end process. So you're looking on a product on the web, and I know this is not applicable for all of the products, for all of the companies, but for many. You're looking at the web for a product. You're guided through digital marketing capabilities to write product pages where you ideally can fine-tune the solution. You get next best actions recommended, and this is then not only about a product only. it's about service, it's installation support, it's software as well. So that's where all comes together. And here I'm in this journey, I'm talking about customer. This is from my point of view applicable for customer, can also be an internal customer, meaning a sales rep. The flow then continues with pricing optimization. Perhaps you just know the buying history, and it continues with internal approval flows, perhaps even automated approval flows. It's a quote where all relevant information is brought together. Ideally, you talk about benefits there. And then it directly flows into an ERP system, gets ordered, field service installation, for instance, and is scheduled, things like that. And it all happens on a portal. So that's a bit of the forward-looking view enabled by CPQ. What are the benefits? I think a bit of them I already touched based on. For me, there are like three main pillars. The one is the customer experience. And again, when I talk customer, it's an end customer, but it's also an internal customer. And it's just to improve their experience. And we did several projects and really checked the detailed time spent on configuring before and after implementing. And what you can tell is that the value add for sales, for instance, is approximately 20% of time being saved. And that's just because of customers implementing or configuring the products by themselves and just fine-tuning then with a sales rep. And for sure, just think about all systems being integrated. You have a far higher quote accuracy, higher win rates, and for sure you are faster. Just think about complex configurations where, for instance, several departments work on, and they can work on the same quote at the same time. So this, to me, are the main benefits. And one important information and a point of view I have is when you talk about 20% of sales time being saved, this to me does not imply that you can get rid of 20% of your salespeople. That's definitely not the intention, because from our point of view, the type of work of sales will be changing, meaning it goes away from transactional sales to consulting sales, and the time you save there should be spent for consulting sales, for selling software, service, which, by the way, typically offer higher margins. And this is something what I want to show here, that CPQ and the way how I use it from my point of view depends a bit on the complexity of a solution. So there for sure are use cases where I do have very technical configurations where complex configuration, which might only be applicable for salespeople, but there are tons of solutions, easier configurations. Think about spare parts, which you can bring on your front end and ask your customers to do by themselves. So it really depends on the complexity of the product, where you ask a sales rep to do it, or you ask customers doing it. And that also fits perfectly to the role of the sales rep, if he's just kind of order taker, or if he is really someone telling the client, I do have the perfect solution, and it combines software, services, a smart product, and so on. So enabling this is just done by CPQ, and that's for me one of the biggest benefits. For me, there are some important pillars when you think about implementing a CPQ solution, first of all, this all, well, not all, but sometimes sounds a bit technical. It isn't. It isn't. For me, this is a collaborative business and IT topic, starting with a proper strategy. Align what is the vision, what is the overarching goal, what are the target customers I'm addressing, is it an internal or external sales, and so on. This is, for me, just a starting point. It's about thinking the right usability. It's really seeing, do I offer a product which customers like to use? And it sounds so logical, but to be honest, I saw some projects I would say, well, it somehow makes sense, but it's not. It just does not offer usability. And for me, the core thing, and this basically should be in the middle here, is the user adoption. Flexibility is another point. Any CPQ solution just be able to be flexible enough to include new products, to enable software sales, service sales. Pricing optimization is another topic. Integration, very, very important, and in many projects, a bit the neck breaker, I would say. And last but not least, if it comes to a functionality perspective, just think about a nice quote which has all the information I need, which in an ideal world is even the same, regardless if it's requested from France, Germany, Sweden, Finland, or wheresoever. And approval workflows. This is just a tiny little piece, but this just safeguards margin. And when selling, I think, just think about improving your margin by 1%. This has a huge impact, and these are, for me, the elements you need to think of. I talked about benefits, so it's about being faster, it's about increasing sales, it's about having better quotes, more accurate quotes. Increasing the win rates by just being faster. How often did it happen that a quote has been sent out and the answer is, well, it's a nice quote, but you're just too late. And last but not least, increase in margin, which is just pure cash. What are typical success factors? So I see the following, and it starts at the left-hand side, from left to right, with a very clear vision and stakeholder buy-in. So as previously said, CPQ is not, this is not an IT topic. This should be at the heart of the business. This is a common business and IT topic. It needs to have a clear vision, and then CPQ implementation will fly. Another topic is data quality. Data quality in terms of product data, in terms of price data. If you're not good there, a CPQ tool will not solve that problem. So you need to have your data in a good quality. You need to have your data governed in a proper way. That's really important. For me, CPQ is a journey. So just think about the following. Like 20 years ago or 30 years ago, a car was configured at the dealer's place. Now you just do it in an even cooler way at home, and that's just how the journey goes. And there will be new features. There will be AR, VR features you might think of, meaning it's not a one-time effort. It will be a continuous effort to improve your solution. Flexibility I mentioned, and training to me is one very important point, because you need to both train both internal and external people, and for sure the externals, for them it should be so intuitive that they would not need training. But under training, I would also summarize, and that's applicable for all the internal implementation related people, change management. Typically, when you present something like this and a sales rep says, well, I now can spend 20% of my time for whatever. So what's the rationale behind? What's your vision? What will happen with my job? So this also has a huge impact on the organization. And organization is another topic. CPQ implementation is not only a tool implementation. It might also change the way you do business, and it might also change the way an organization is structured. Looking ahead, I would say there will be even more combination, integration of even more tools and features. There will be AR, VR. But on the other hand, this is just looking at the figure I showed you in the beginning, that in the next 5 years, there will not happen so much. There will be pretty cool things happening in the future. But my honest point of view is, let's get the basics fixed first, and then think about further integration, any AR, VR topics or 3D configuration or whatsoever. For me, it's getting the basics fixed, having a nice strategy in place, implement it, and then take it from there. Thank you so much. I hope it was not too fast and it was a bit beneficial.